Hi Digital Arts, this is Miss Lou and I'm going to show you how to use the Marquee tools today. The first thing I want you to do is look on the back side of your worksheet and you'll notice that there's a shortcut to add to your selection, subtract from it, and deselect from it. The Marquee tool is located here on the toolbar, and if you select it, you notice that you can either draw a rectangular or an elliptical marquee. So we're going to go ahead and grab the elliptical just for fun. And to create your selection, you're going to click and hold your mouse button and drag to decide how big you want your shape to be. Once you let go, you can put your mouse in the middle of the shape and move it around, and you can actually move your selection around before it actually cuts anything out. Let's say you want to add more than one selection. If I were to just start selecting another circle here, you notice the first one disappears. So to add to your selection, you're going to hold the Shift key down. So you notice when I hold my Shift key down, a little plus sign appears. That tells you that you're ready to create a second selection. So you can either create two separate selections, or you can even merge selections together to create a larger space. If you hold Control down, you notice a little subtract sign shows up. So that tells you that you can now subtract from your selection. So if I were to go in and fill with a color, that subtraction created some holes. To deselect from my selection, I want to hold Control and tap the letter D. Oops. There we go. So you need to make sure that you're back on the Marquee tool before you hit Control D, otherwise it won't work like it just did for me. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use these two coins, and you're going to move a coin from here. You may have a different practice, but I'm going to show you how to do it on this one. So obviously the coins are circles, so I'm going to use the elliptical. And what you want to do is, if you were to just start selecting in the middle of the coin, you'll notice that it won't grab it correctly. Think about the coin as being surrounded by a box. The corner of the box will touch the top of the coin and the side of the coin. So you just kind of have to imagine where that might be, usually in the upper left-hand corner. Once you think you've got it, you can go ahead and start your selection. And if it's a little off, what's great is you can kind of overcut it a little bit. And then remember, once you get off of the tool, you can move that selection in place. Once you move that selection in place, you want to go to the Move tool located here on the toolbar. And now you can move that coin wherever you want and even overlap the original picture. You don't want to let go unless you know you want to put the coin there, because if you try moving it again, you'll notice it took a bite out of the other coin. If it does that, or you accidentally placed it where you don't want it, just remember you can go back into the history and delete up any steps. So I'm going to go ahead and move that coin right over here. Now I'm going to show you how to move one of these coins over to the larger workspace. So again, you're going to use the elliptical marquee, select the coin as best as you can. I'm going to overshoot a little bit so I can move it in place. That looks good. And then again, you're going to use your Move tool. If you just used the Marquee tool to try to move that coin in, you'll notice that nothing happens. All it's doing is moving that selection. So you have to remember to use the Move tool when you want to move things over. So click and drag, and it'll look like the coin's disappearing, but it really isn't. You'll notice on the main workspace, the little scissors show up. It just means it's going to now paste that coin over there once you let go. So now I have that coin, I can move it around, and you'll also notice that it created a new layer for it. What's great about that is that it doesn't affect the other coins at all. If I decided I wanted to delete it for some reason because I didn't like it, it doesn't delete the whole workspace, it just deletes that coin. So that's the benefit of working in layers. We'll get into layers a little bit more later. But for now, that's how you move something within a picture and how you add one picture into another picture. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.